Every year we have these films that come out of nowhere and become surprise hits, and this year one of those is K-pop Demon Hunters. But why is it so popular? One of the strengths of K-pop Demon Hunters is that it doesn't reinvent the wheel. It is very similar to things we've seen in the past, and so there is that familiarity with it, but at the same time it brings a new flavor with the K-pop direction. And now I've always been a bit on the outside when it comes to K-pop. I have enjoyed some songs here and there, but I've never really took the plunge until I watched this film. And then the day after, I went to see Blackpink. I had a free ticket, very fortunately, watched Blackpink, and I thought, okay, I'm around all the fans now. I understand why they love K-pop so much. It's just a very uplifting and just a happy time to be had with this sort of music. And the music itself is energetic, has some great beat drops to it, and so it's not a surprise Netflix have a winner here with this film. And also there is that ease of access. It is just on Netflix, so people can watch it as part of their subscription at no extra cost. But it is going into cinemas where they will be doing sing-along screenings, which I think will be popular because now it's everyone knows the movie. People have watched it over and over again, especially kids, and so they want to go and watch it with their friends, have a party atmosphere in the cinema, and so I think that will also be a success. I tell you who won't be happy though will be Sony, because they'll only make $20 million from K-pop Demon Hunters, even though they developed and produced a film for more than $100 million, but they did sell the rights to Netflix. So for Sony, I mean, they've still got Morbius. They could make Morbius too, but we'll have to see what they do. But for Netflix, I mean, they are very happy. It's the second most popular Netflix film of all time, likely to become a billion-dollar franchise, and the song Golden hit #1 on the Billboard Hot 100 chart. So it's all looking very rosy for Netflix. As Disney have shown many times in the past, if your film has a killer soundtrack, that is very promising, and for K-pop Demon Hunters, it has exactly that. But not only that, it also has some sprinkles of comedy in there, whether it's a joke or just some facial expressions, it is in there, and alongside a romance in the movie, and also a character who's really struggling with themselves in terms of their identity and self-acceptance, which I think many people will draw to, and also embraces technology. There's lots of phone use and characters looking through their feeds or whatever, so it is relatable to especially kids these days with how technology has took over the world. As an adult watching this movie, it's quite clear to see the themes used here to help structure the film, but that won't necessarily be the case for younger audiences who will be so engrossed by the colourful and flashy imagery and that Spider-Verse-esque animation style. And also that blend of the supernatural demon hunting with the K-pop music. And so it's no surprise that a lot of people, and especially kids, would have rewatched this film many times because they get so attached to it and so stimulated by the movie, and also with the characters. There are very likable characters. They're characters who you can get attached to, and especially with Huntrix, the main girl band, they're so well balanced. You have Rumi as the main star of the film, but then you have the two alongside her who are very different in terms of their personality, so it really does help balance her out. But something that audiences love to see is a good rivalry, and we have that with the Saja boys who come onto the scene. And it was quite amusing to see how Huntrix reacted to their appearances, first of all, but also from a business point of view, how they're going to compete with them. And there's quite a good moment where we see the two bands signing autographs and the difference of cues and how all that plays out. And also with this boy band, how they're connected to the story does get you intrigued to find out how it all unfolds. And it was quite surprising, actually, how they concluded the movie. From what I understand, the film has embraced the Korean culture well, and I feel like for Western audiences, they are craving these sort of stories, which are very more old school in the sense that it has that light versus dark at its core. And I think it has created a fantastic world, which I'm sure we'll get sequels in the future for, because when you have so many green boxes for a movie, it's a golden opportunity for you to make more. And when it comes to money, I'm sure Netflix will do just that. But having said all that, although the film does have all the jigsaw pieces on the table, sometimes they don't click into place seamlessly, and they do feel a bit forced just to get us to that next stage. And so it does feel a bit reliant sometimes on the music to help it get to that point. I know I'm not exactly the target audience of K-pop Demon Hunters. However, it's a film that's been so well crafted and has that universal appeal where anyone who switches it on could easily find themselves enjoying the film, as we've seen many people have done exactly that. It could even now win some awards when it comes to awards season. I think it will get nominated probably for Best Animated Feature, and especially of the songs, I think they will definitely be nominated for Best Original Song. So yeah, I think it's all looking great news with K-pop Demon Hunters. Also, I want to mention in the credits they actually show some of the recording footage. And I think that was great. I think more animated films should do that. Actually, show the behind the scenes during the credits. So it's really interesting to see that. So what are your thoughts on K-pop Demon Hunters? Let me know those opinions in the comments below. Like the video if you enjoyed it. Consider subscribing as well if you want to join this community and see my latest videos. But in the meantime, on screen are a couple of my recent reviews.